Here's a statistical fact about the United States. There were more homicides per capita in the South when compared to states in the North. Why is that? Well, the people who study such things, sociologists, I guess, say that this has to do with the traditional independent streak that you'll find amongst Southerners. For generations, they have preferred to take things into their own hands when it comes to disputes. And if you look a little more closely at these statistics, you'll see that a majority of these homicides result from quarrels. Not robberies or other violent crimes, but arguments over, just about anything. So keep that in mind the next time you happen to be south of the Mason-Dixon line. So there's a secret about how to stay out of trouble in the southern United States. Now let's get into some secrets about rock.
This is The Secret History of Rock with Alan Cross.
Welcome again, I'm Alan Cross, and on this edition of The Secret History of Rock, we're going to tackle the tricky issue of sampling. I have some stories behind some one-hit wonders. I have a look back at 1980, and then there's something I call medical mysteries of music, which is pretty fascinating stuff. First, though, I want to focus on the evolving obsession with music of the past. Most people have come to call this retro. Now, retro can be loosely defined as everything old is new again. It's a Latin prefix that means in past times or to go backwards. And anything could be retro. Fashion, art, advertising, movies, TV, and of course, music. Retro might mean that somebody new liberally borrows or incorporates material from the past. For example, you might say that a contemporary soul artist sounds retro because their music sounds like it could have been made in 1966. Amy Winehouse is a great example. Or retro can take on nostalgic airs. It's a reappraisal of the past that often adds a certain mythology to what once was. What I find interesting is that for the first time in history, we've never been this obsessed with our own immediate past. We're not talking about things that are many decades or hundreds or thousands of years old. We're getting nostalgic for things within recent living memory. And it's everywhere. I mean, how many bands acknowledge the debt that they owe to the original punks like the Ramones? But even the Ramones were reactionary. When they started writing songs, they were inspired by the bubblegum pop of the 1960s. They just sped it up and played it at the volume of a jet engine.